Hi. Well, this is a really interesting way to start a vlog. I really wanted to start doing a vlog this year about driving in China and my experiences driving and reviewing cars and stuff like that, but now I haven't really had a lot of time to edit any videos because I've been kind of under house arrest of my own choosing. But I currently live in Shanghai, China, in the Jing'an district, which is pretty center city, Shanghai. Shanghai's a really big place, so there's a lot of different districts. I've been living here for about 2.5 years now, studying Chinese. I taught English originally and then did internal HR recruiting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm supposed to start a new job next month, but now with this whole outbreak happening, I am sequestered in my house until February 10th. So the Chinese Lunar New Year is typically about a week. It's usually the first week in February. This year it was the last week in January for some reason. I'm not sure why. You know, as all of you have probably seen on the news, it's where everybody goes back home and it's kind of like Christmas for Western people. And so it's a huge deal here, right? And so it's really interesting to see that this has happened on the eve of Chinese New Year. Today's Tuesday, January 28th. 2020, and as of right now, according to the numbers, there's almost 4,500 people infected in China alone, and then 106 people that have passed away, which is horrible, right? And they're saying that apparently it's going to climb up to somewhere in the tens of thousands of infected cases and at least a couple thousand that are going to perish because of this. Again, not great. I'm making this video because I don't really have a lot of human contact right now, and this is the first time I've shaved my face in a week, I think, or even gotten dressed up remotely. And I'm also making this video because I saw on Yahoo News the other day an article about Shanghai and about how it was this dystopian scene where nobody's around and all the shops are closed and blah blah blah, and it's yes, a majority of the shops are closed, but it's because it's still Chinese New Year. They had it from the perspective of a traveler, of some woman that was traveling in China, and she traveled throughout Asia, and then she spent I think a week here or something, and she was saying that everything is closed and oh my god, it's so dystopian and blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, that may be true, but I've lived here for 2.5 years now. Every year it always kind of looks dystopian, right? All of the shops closed down. There's nobody here. There's barely any cars on the road. Public transportation still happens, but it's pretty much a ghost town during this time. And most of my foreigner friends, they travel to Bali or Thailand or South Korea, wherever it may, some other South Asian country. But this year obviously people found out about the disease before the New Year's hit, and so a lot of people decided to stay. And from my perspective, there are more people in Shanghai right now than there have been in the past 2.5 years, or the past two lunar New Years that I've seen. All because of fear of spreading the disease. They don't want to get their families sick. They don't want to get their kids sick. And so I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the media that's being put out there. It's kind of fear-monger. And I'm American, and I also see a lot of American news and media, and there's a lot of fear being stoked in the US, and I think there's a handful of cases in the US right now. And my grandma emailed me and she was I really hope that you're okay. And it's yeah, I'm fine, right? I'm fine for right now. I'm 28, I'm healthy. I could be one of those people that is a carrier but doesn't show it. So what I wanted to do for this video, again, I can't believe I'm making this video. I shot a video about a Porsche, and I was gonna put that out, and now, and I've been really procrastinating editing it because I've just been so I've had so much anxiety and depression over this whole thing. One day I think I'm gonna die, the next day I'm oh, I'm okay, I'm fine, and it's ugh. So now I'm just gonna do this. So now I'm gonna put on my face mask, beauty guru. Now I'm gonna put on my face mask and I am gonna go outside. I'm gonna show you guys around Shanghai. Maybe go to a pharmacy and see if they have any face masks. No, actually, so I bought face masks on Taobao. They are sold out. I bought them before they sold out, but I think either because of the Chinese Lunar New Year, there's not a lot of people that are working right now, and also because I think maybe there's like a really heightened demand for face masks that I just haven't received any. I'm not really sure what the case is, but we can go to a pharmacy and find out. I really just want to leave the house. Like, I know that like I don't want to get sick, but like I'm usually like out at a coffee shop, or I go to the movies a lot, or like, you know, I'm going to the gym. Like, I haven't been able to go to the gym in a while, and like I am just like cabin fever basically. My apartment's not that huge. So like I need to get out, sis. Like I need to get out. So I'm gonna take you guys to the biggest crosswalk in Shanghai. I'll take you to the Bund and see, maybe talk to some people, see what their view is. Maybe take the train. So yeah, let's get out there. So this is the walk I do to work every day. As you can see, there are people out. That dude's not even wearing a face mask. Well, it says open, but it's not. But nobody's on this road right now. There's a few people. I'm gonna head to... See, all the fruit stands are open. But none of the clothing... Oh, well, this shoe place is open. See if they have any face masks. So the time between me getting to the pharmacy and then walking up to the door and walking into the pharmacy, I received a phone call, and my phone is on mute, so I can't feel when my phone is ringing, and I thought I was recording, and then so I had to start it back up mid-sentence, so sorry. 当然没有啊 OK 你知道如果其他商店可能有
我们早晨那个雷影上他们说都排队排了2个小时了，现在都卖完了。
可能有些地方会限量供应。
对的呀，但是现在就是供不应求呀。对。
OK。
过几天肯定会来的，因为现在这个节日里边嘛。而且现在他们加班加点来的货都是供医院的，供一线的。
OK， 你天天有很多人问问你，如果你有
一开门就有人问，还酒精类的东西。
我在淘宝买到一些口罩，但是他们还没送到我家，所以
你就是过年以前订的货？
不是这个月
这里啊，我们这里是半年夜来的货。就是23号来的货，24号我们开门的。我们是昨天上午还有的，一下子都卖完了。
OK， 明白。
这个病毒这次对酒精很敏感嘛，所以大家都很重视。
对 ，OK， 好。
这是我自己用的，我前几天我自己买的，就是全黑色，但是不是像你戴的。
OK。
是这种的，你需要吗？
你要给我妈你包你的好吧？好，谢谢你真好，但是
不要紧，
真的。
这个呢，就是我们平时都用的，不是像你戴的那个，比较专业的。我想你如果要的话就不用。
不用，真的，你真好。
But I can't believe how kind she was and I mean, like, the masks are really in short supply right now. I mean, you cannot buy them anywhere. And this woman wanted to give me her own mask. Like, I mean, that was really sweet. I couldn't believe it.
About 11:45 in the morning on a Tuesday. This would pretty much be packed, this area, but as you can see, there are people on bikes scootering around. I mean, there's definitely not as many people as it usually is, but again, like I said, it's still a lot more than last year. All right, so I am at the cross street of Nanjing Shilu and Changdelu, and this is probably the largest cross section in Shanghai. Definitely not nearly as many people for lunchtime as it typically is, but again, pretty typical for this time of year. usually the street is pretty packed and you're really unable to move around. I'm surprised to see so many stores open. Majority of the stores on these roads are open. That one's open. You know, consumerism is alive and well. Okay, well, as you can see, it's like pretty much business as usual here. Most stores are open. A lot of the big name brand stores are open. I did see there were some Starbucks that were closed. Apple was still open. All of the like clothing stores were still open. You know, I mean, people are out and about. I didn't record it, but I went to Shake Shack with one of my friends after I went to the Bund. Everybody's wearing a mask. I don't know if it's necessarily truly helpful. I've read reports that say that they're super helpful. I've read reports that say that they're not. Depends on the face mask that you get. The one that I was wearing, you know, that one is pretty helpful, but like you apparently have to change it out daily, which I don't have enough to do that. So I think the only difference this time is that like they're extending the holiday. So February 10th is when everyone's supposed to go back to work. February 17th is when the kids go back to school. You know, I think the only difference here is that like is other than the fact that like Wuhan and surrounding cities are completely shut down, which I have to say is pretty commendable. I think that like Chinese people are following the rules and that like they are trying to do their best at like combating, you know, the further spread and further outbreak, and everybody's like wearing a mask and washing their hands. So I don't know, I'm not there seeing people wash their hands, but you know what I mean. People are trying to combat this. You know, I think like if this were America, it would be a lot harder to quarantine people. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I can't speak on it really, but you know, I'm gonna keep living my life. I'm not gonna sit here in fear. And I'm in the epicenter, like, and I just like I see American media and like everybody's like freaking the fuck out, and I'm just like I'm here. I'm like living it, like, and I'm chilling. Like I'm not chilling, but like I'm not as freaked out. I just don't think. I think I heard somewhere that like 1,500 people last year died from the flu alone, and like where is all the freak out about that? You know, I'm not downplaying this. It's a novel disease. Nobody really understands it completely. You know, we don't have a vaccine for it yet. I mean, I'm going out to dinner tonight with friends. You know, I'm cat sitting right now for people that are out of the country. I'm gonna live my life within limits. Like I'm not gonna go to the gym. I'm not gonna go out all the time until this kind of dies down. But I thought about fleeing back to America. I thought about going back to my hometown in Raleigh, North Carolina. What up? But I'm not gonna live in fear. I'm not gonna do that, right? Like I have a job to do. I have friends here. I have a life here. I'm not gonna do that. So please stay safe. Protect yourselves. You know, don't plug into the media and the news so much. Like I guess the moral of this whole video is like don't believe everything that you see and unplug. You know, I mean, I can't look at the news about Kobe Bryant like as much because every time I look at it, I like bawl my eyes out, right? Like I just like I don't want to talk about it because I'm gonna get sad. But you know, so it's just like that kind of news has so much effect on you as a person. And it's 2020, and like I understand that there's a lot of like sadness in the world, and there's a lot of, you know, things going on that are really out of our control, but like I just take time to take care of yourself and take care of those around you, because life is way too precious. All right, that's all for now. I think I'll probably check back in next week and see if it's gotten any worse or if it's gotten any better. You know, I heard my friend run into somebody else at Shake Shack, and somebody had said that the numbers had even off. And some other good news to come out of Chinese media is that they're finally, they released somebody from the hospital who's cured of it. Anyways, be safe, be well, and God bless.